is going on, everyone? How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I'm here. A little bit of technical difficulties, but I am here. You know what I'm doing right now. I'm checking to see if you guys can hear me, if you guys can see me. Uh, I'm not even gonna make a fool out of myself. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to make sure that you guys can hear me. Are we good? Of course. Of course. Here we go. Uh okay, we're good? You can hear me and you can see me. That's enough for me. We are we're a little late. It never starts the way the way you plan it, which is frustrating. Because even this, like right now, I'm just talking because my intro was didn't happen. Um, so my keyboard, this thing started to it decided to tell me that it was low in battery. Only had 4%, which meant I had to get a battery charger to connect it so it wouldn't die in the middle of my life. So that created some clutter on my desk. My iPad wanted to do the same. So now he's plugged in and he's on the desk, which I had to shift everything around. And then it was time to start, but I was like, you know what? Let's check levels before we go. Let's make sure everything's working, and it was not. It was not working. Because I looked at the meters. The meters were showing that they were working, but I fell for that last time. So I wanted to make sure that the software was getting the levels, and it was not. I reset my audio interface, turned it back on, didn't fix it. So I reset the program. And it seems to be working, so far so good. We are here. It's Friday, November 21st. It's 12:20 here in Nashville. And today is a different topic because it's not what I planned to do, because I got a little bit ahead of myself. I wanted to do I said I was yesterday on my live yesterday. I said I would go live today because I was expecting something today. And then I realized that I kind of spoke too soon, because around this time I didn't know if I would receive it, because I'm waiting for it to be delivered. And it wasn't delivered. So I said, okay, we're not going to just sit there and do nothing. So I figured, what would I do in the meantime? What can I do in the meantime between now and when it does arrive? And I started to say to myself, I started to think that I could just pick small areas, like clean up my little cart here. I started thinking about small things, just small little, because I didn't have much time. I was thinking about just a small tasks. And then that led me to think about how important small things are and how they lead to change, to big changes. And then I decided that would be good. It's in the ballpark. It's in the realm of what I've been talking about, what we've been discussing the last 2 lives or so. So it's related. And I felt it'd be a good idea to keep the conversation going, because it's number one, it's needed for me at least. But number two, it's a good time because the boys are now out of school. Well, they're in school now, but when they get out of school, they don't have school next week. So it gives me a good window, gives me a good amount of time to really reset. And not just my setup here, but everything. And I don't want to take on too much. I want to start small. It's part of it. But what can I do? What kind of progress can I make? What kind of changes can I make What does that look like? What does that feel like? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. But those are the things that I wanted to discuss. But before we go any further, we are going to say hello to you guys. Let's see who we have. Let's go to this chat. We have Kara 140. And I am Jennifer Jackson. How are you, Jennifer? Philippa? I hope I'm saying your name right, Philippa. I hope so. How are you? Ruth is here. Sophie's here. Hello, Belgium. Miss Silent Siren is here. Balanced Union. Ash. Nestor. Oh, that's your last name. Irina. No. Irina. Yeah, that's right. Irina's here. Kiara's here. Anna. I don't know which one it is. Anna. I'm going to go with Anna. I hope that's right. What's up, Teresa? How's it going? Michelle, Melissa, That's So Raven, Njaya? I think so. Noel is here. I think Nolan. I don't know. No, I don't know where your name stops. Noel, maybe. Sorry. I tried. June Rob is here, and Jen is here. So we have quite a few people in here, which is good. Hopefully you guys been able to catch any of the previous lives, because this is kind of a continuation. And that was a bad one. We're gonna try to limit and cut down on those andoms. That was an and but same thing. Zandile is here. I think you missed and you wanted to catch, so I'm happy that you're here. And Lala is here, Lala Chan, Mkola. So it's good that you guys are here. So thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Let's get into this. I got a list. I made not a big list, just like 5 things to talk about, touch on. Now, before I actually went live, this is how things work. As you know, I said that I wanted to go live today because I had something coming. Not anything big, nothing major. Just something that I thought would help the channel. And I was so excited for it because I ordered it. It said, come today. And it's not here. Well, at the time of me thinking and all this stuff. So right before I went live, I decided to check, because I checked earlier to see where it was, and it wasn't even sent out for delivery yet. So I decided to check where the whereabouts of this item. And right like probably 20 seconds before we started this thing, I checked it, and it's in the front. It's delivered. So it's sitting there on my front door. And I thought about getting it, but I wouldn't be able to get it and come back in time to start this. So it's still there. And I kind of want to get it, but I can't set it up and I can't use it and I can't implement it. So there's no point. And I don't want to show you guys what it is just yet. So I guess we'll hold off. It should be there. No one will take it, hopefully. It'll be there. But it's here. We just can't use it. So I'm kind of annoyed because had it came earlier, maybe I could have done my original idea, but oh well. It is what it is. These things just, you got to wing them sometimes. But here we are. We're going with the small changes. We're going with small changes, huge results. And you gotta recognize when your errors, your faults, and that was one of them, and that's 2, I believe, so far. I need to have like an andom meter, and every time I say it, I'll add to it. But I catch myself. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go through these these points, and I will check. Wait, let me make sure I can get this right. I will check the chat. I will do my best to check the chat, because this is a little bit. It's a lot of stuff going on, but I will try to check the chat. Oh, let's say hi to the Christmas tree. Well, not say hi, but you know what I'm saying. You guys like the Christmas tree, so I'll just show the Christmas tree. We got the chat here. We got screens everywhere, but I will try to keep an eye on the chat so we can keep the convo going. All right. First point I want to make is the power of these small changes, these little tiny habits. When you all right, let's start like this. Rome, eating an elephant, all of those things start with something small. One brick at a time, one bite at a time. When you have a big task, the best way to go about it is start small. Whether it's a music project, if there's a guitar solo you're trying to learn, or even a program, whatever it may be, any kind of routine that you're doing. Sometimes when you look at the final results of where you want to be, it could be discouraging. And if you try and focus on the end results, you're setting yourself up, I believe, for failure. So the best thing to do is to focus on small things and take small baby steps. So I think small baby steps when you're en route to big goals. Now, the good thing with these small steps, if you have a big goal and you cut it up into small goals, if you keep doing these small things, you develop consistency. And I strongly believe that consistency outweighs everything. It is so important to be consistent in everything. You'll see success. You can't have success without consistency. I believe that. And it's very difficult to be consistent when you raise the bar too high in the beginning or at all. But if you start small and you're consistent with it, it gets easier. And then all you need to do is challenge yourself. I'm seeing some okay. I saw some laughing in there. I thought it was me. I thought like my mic went off or something. If you start small, then you build consistency, you build habits, and winning can be addictive. You win, you want to win. You want to keep winning. And I noticed that many times with me. Dieting, I noticed that, even though I'm not consistent right now. You got to keep it real. But when I get in my zone, and I'm probably, you know what? I probably started off too big. Even though I was trying to be small, I was probably trying to do too much. And then when I got behind, I was playing catch up. So the right thing for me to do is, again, to start really small, really, really small, and stop trying. I mean, my 10,000 steps, let's start there. I didn't start off with 10,000 steps. I started off with, I think like 4,000. I think I was doing 4,000 steps. And then I did that for like 10 days, something. And then I increased it to 6. Then I went to 8. I don't think I went to 8. Once I went to 8, I was like, just do 2,000 more. You'll get to 10. So I increased myself to that. And now it's a habit. Now I'm at the point that I've done it so much. And trust me, when I was doing 4,000, it felt like a lot because I hadn't been walking consistently. But even 4,000 was a lot for me. And I was like, I'm not getting to 10,000 every day. This is plenty with the 4. But over time, the 4 got easier. Then I bumped it to 6. And then eventually you just challenge yourself. And now I'm at 10. And although I wouldn't say 10,000 steps is hard, at times it's not hard. It's the challenge is fitting it in the day, but I'm so consistent with it. It's become such a part of my routine and a habit that I make sure I do that. I have to do that. So it doesn't matter. I have my little charts that I try to follow. I try to follow my 5,000 steps by noon, and I try to follow my 7,500 steps by 8 o'clock. If I can do those two things, or if I miss the noon one, I make sure I hit the 8 o'clock one, because I know by 8 o'clock, if I'm at 7,500, which I don't do all the time, but to really make it not easy to reach my 10K, but I know it's like I can cruise into 10K if I'm at 7,500 at 8 o'clock. If not, then I gotta really go for it. So I try not to pile it all up towards the end of the day. But I have these habits and these routines, and I've done it so much that I can fail, but it's hard for me to fail because it's really part of my routine. I do that probably more consistent than anything right now. So it's important to start small and just build. And when you do that, this is the second point, there's a domino effect. You don't want to stop. It's one thing follows the other. You start building and it all just starts to add up. The small changes you make, they start to add up. And when they add up, like the 4,000, the 4,000, the 4,000 adds up to the 6,000. And you keep going and you just build. But it's not just working out. It's not just working out. It's not just health and fitness. It's even in, I'm sorry, my examples are going to be my world related. So even for learning a new program or even learning guitar parts. Like I look at Bryce, my son Bryce is self-taught. He chooses to be, which is fine. But he likes to play the guitar and he likes to learn new things and new songs. But I love watching, well, I don't want to say I love watching him struggle, but I love watching the development. I love watching him struggle with something in the beginning, but not giving up on it. He doesn't give up. He keeps playing it and he keeps playing it. And he doesn't play the whole part. He cuts it in sections, and eventually he starts playing the whole song. And I love that. I love that whole journey of not being able to do it, to practicing it and taking small parts and sticking with it. So there's a consistency there that he has and a determination, and the results is he wins. He learns the part. So domino effect, staying consistent, that would be my second thing. And when you do that, your mindset changes. Your mindset changes to I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, to I have to do that. Back to my steps, when I was at 4,000, my mindset in the beginning was I want to get to 10,000. I don't know how I'm going to. But now it's a must. It's a must. It's not can I, it's I have to. It's not even will I at this point. It's I have to. And I carry that. I always get my 10,000 steps in. Always. So, and it started again with the small change, just the small little 4,000. So if there's something you want to do, whatever it is, whatever goal you have, start really small, stick with it, and be consistent. I'll give you another example. And this goes into point 3. Sorry for the Point 3 is you create a new you. You create a new you, and you start to feel different because you look back at yourself where you were before you started. And you see growth, because there will be growth. If you stick with it, you will grow. You will get better. You will improve, and there'll be progress. And when you get to that point, it feels good. It feels good because you are on your way. You're feeling better, and you're starting to see results. And I'm not just talking about weight loss or diet or health. It's just, for instance, the guitar things. Like I love, this is a stupid reason or a stupid example, but even I remember learning, there were certain guitar chords. Guitar's kind of hard. You got to stretch your fingers and the notes and everything. I love when there's a new chord that you're trying to play and it's a stretch. And I remember when I was teaching myself how to play Aubrey by Bread. And I don't know if my fingering for the guitar was correct, but it's just the way I did it. But the way I was doing it was difficult in the beginning. But eventually, with practice and with consistency, I was able to play it. And it became to the point where not only was it easy, it became my favorite part to play. Probably because I knew it was a challenge, but it was a challenge no more. So stay with it, stick with it. But the simple things add up and they create habits. My example for that one, when I was saying the new me, it's a little embarrassing, but it's true. When I, what was it, 23, I think? When I made up my mind to really make some changes with my health, I knew I needed to do some push-ups. And I'm not kidding. It's a little embarrassing, but I could not do 10 to 15 consecutive push-ups at once. It was a struggle. I hadn't done push-ups in a while. I don't know. I could probably do 10 now. It's been a minute, but just that was a struggle. My goal was to build up to 100 push-ups a day, but I was starting off with 10. And 10, embarrassing to say, was a struggle for me. But I kept with it, and I'm not kidding you. This is within the month because I only did my fast for a month. By the time I got to probably mid through, I'm not lying, I was doing 50 push-ups. Instead of being able to do 10, I was able to do 50 because I was consistent. And I would just do it all in one go. So I would do 50 there, and then I would do my countdown push-ups after. I would do 10 push-ups, 9 push-ups, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way down to none. So starting small, again, that's a great example of that. You get stronger, you get better, and you start to see results. But you gotta stick with it. I'm looking at the new me, and I'm thinking, well, that was the old me. But I'll get back. I will get back. So I gotta start with my 10 again. Now, the flip side. This is the flip side, and this is the caution. You have to be careful not to do the all or nothing mentality. That's where you can fall. And I think I said it a little bit before. That's where you can set yourself up to fail, and then everything is too hard, and you give up, and you don't even try at this point. If your goals are too high, if what you want to achieve is not realistic, then you will fail. You will fail, or you will not be consistent, or you will miss, or you will have a setback, a temporary defeat. But those temporary defeats can add up, and they can, depending on your will, they can make you quit. Or I'll start next week. I'll start next Monday. I do this a lot. Or you just give up because it's not happening. It's not working. It's because you're trying too hard. And I've done this a lot. I'm using myself again. Unfortunately, I'm going to use food again. Sometimes I try to be so perfect with my diet that if I have a bad day, if I fall off and I have sweets, or I have a cookie, or I have a donut, or I have something that's not in my diet, then it's like, instead of getting right back on it, I've messed up. So I might as well stay messed up and start again on a Monday. And the cycle repeats. So start small. In that situation, I shouldn't say no more sweets, even though that's my goal, no more sweets. But if it happens, then if you allow yourself one cookie a week or two, or whatever it may be, whatever guidelines are fair for you at that time, it's not, you don't feel like you failed. you stayed within the diet. You stayed within the diet and the guidelines, and therefore it's a victory. And then eventually what happens is you start to feel so good about everything that you don't even want the cookie anymore, or you don't even want to go off the grid or out of the diet guidelines. So that happens with consistency. But if you're too hard on yourself in the beginning, you'll never get to that third, fourth, fifth step. So that's another example of starting small and not taking too much. And then for my last one. Now this one is I touched on it a little bit before with the buying. And it goes more into the keeping things simple, keeping things small, and always wanting more, the want versus the need. I touched on that a little bit last time. Sometimes you need what you want, and you want what you need, obviously, but sometimes it's justified. The thing that I just have here, it's a want. I'm going to say it's a want. And I'm trying to think if it's a need. I think the need part depends who you ask. Depends who you ask. It will help. I believe, I think, I haven't tried it. I think it will help. And if it helps, it's a good need. It's a good need. I think it will help. So it would be good. And I think it limits, it's almost addition by subtraction. I can take something out. Well, I'm adding something, I guess, too. But it's like I said, two birds with one stone. So if I can implement this into my whole channel setup and the live stream and everything, I think it will keep things simple. I really do. I think it'll make things simple. And on top of it, I think I think there's some advantages to it. I'm hoping. So I'll give you another example. I'm telling on myself here. So I have a bunch of lights. I have lights. I don't need lights. I have enough lights. I have a light on the floor that I'm not even using. I have a light in the garage that I'm not even using. I have soft boxes. I have lights. I have enough lights. But yesterday, I was shopping for lights. And that one's not a need. That's a want. And that's why I stopped myself. Now, will it make things easier? Will it make things better? It will. The light is a lot thinner. I think it's smaller. It's newer technology, but I don't need it. I really don't need it. I don't need it. Yeah, I sound like I'm trying to convince myself, don't I? I don't need it though. I know I don't need it. That's why I did not get it. And I don't think I will. I'm going to try not to get that light, you guys. Cuz here's the problem. Now that I'm talking about this light, here's the problem. I'm going to tell you the problem. If I get this light, my setup will improve. It'll be easier. It'll be smaller. I think it would be better. Perhaps, maybe. Maybe not much of a difference. But it'll definitely be thinner and less bulky. But the problem is, if I were to get that light what would happen to the light I have now? That's the problem. If I get this new light, I'm not throwing away that light. I'm just not. I already know that. Because that light is probably the strongest light out of all the lights I have. And I won't part with it because I will say, I need it for this or I need it for that. And I will keep it. And that's true. I should keep it because I may need it for this or that. But that's just adding to a situation that I don't need to add to. This is plenty. I have plenty of lights. I have plenty of lights. I have lights down there. I have another. You guys are helping me. You guys are helping me. Just me talking, I'm realizing how badly I don't need that. I don't need lights. I have way too many lights. Guys, I have issues. I realize that I've even given Adrian some of my lights. Okay. We're going to this is all related. And the reason why this is related, and I'll circle back. I'm going to use, I think they have a week off of school. But I think I won't get it all done. And I don't want to get it all done because, again, setting yourself up for failure. I am going to use the next couple days to get rid of some stuff. I'm going to use the next few days to get rid of some stuff. A lot of stuff. I am going to try to strip it really light. I'm going to try to strip it down. Almost cut it in half. That might be a little, it's possible, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm going to hold on to some of that stuff, but I want to get rid of my closet. I want it to be 30% of what it is right now. My lights, I'm trying to think of if I could throw any of them away. I don't have that many. I don't have that many. I just don't need to buy anymore. So don't let me purchase any more lights. The lights are okay. Because you may need them. Like if I have my brothers here or if other people here, I need lights. So I'm fine. I just can't buy anymore. But there are other things that I have. I have mini tripods. I have a lot of stuff like that. Even cameras that I need to part ways with. Because what happens is when you don't part ways with it, you're just adding to the mix. And then you start to get too much clutter. And clutter is not good for the energy, and it's just not good for the mind. You start feeling overwhelmed. And that's what I'm really trying to avoid. So you have to stop buying things, is basically what I'm saying. But sometimes buying things helps. And I know I'm not alone on that. I know there's a lot of you guys that like to buy things. But can you justify why you're buying it? That's the want versus the need. And I guess technically we can get by with a lot less than what we have. If you really think about what you need, it's not much. But sometimes you need things to get to where you want to go. And I even tried the if you buy something, you have to throw something out approach. And it doesn't always work. The intent is there, but it doesn't always work. Let's go to this chat and let's see what you guys are talking about. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. Buying things helps. What exactly? Only buy what I need, because once will have me cluttering up my space. That's the goal. To buy what you need and not what you want. Again, cluttering up your space. And cluttering takes time and energy from you. I feel it does. So saying that, I'm going to declutter the big things for sure. But even that, now that I think about it, even that junk drawer that I was talking about, it'll probably remain a junk drawer because it's where you throw things that don't have a home, but you need them. It's not trash. It's not a trash drawer. It's a junk drawer. So sometimes you need the extra this or that, or you need a battery. So my batteries are in there. But I'm even going to go through that, because what happens in that is you begin to start throwing things in there that you don't need to have in there. You end up accumulating junk. You have too many of things in there. I should pull that drawer out and tell you what's in there. It's stuff from all over the place, you guys. You got scissors in there. You got hammers. You got a couple tools, like you got a wrench, you got a screwdriver, you got batteries in there. I think there's like stickers. There's like a notepad in there. You got matches in there. You have my key to my car is in there, like the extra keys in there, the spare key, garage openers in there. What else do we have in there? I think we have some rubber bands are in there. Playing cards are in there. I think some, not the remote control, but like some parts that I don't understand why this is in there, but some parts to like an Xbox controller, like the buttons, like I think those are in there. I got some guitar picks that are in there. What else is in there? Pencils and pens, of course. Business cards are in there from other things. Gift cards are in there. Hold on one second. Oh, boy. I kind of nailed it. There's some funny things in there. There's a light bulb in there. There's a light bulb in there, just hanging in there. There's a light bulb. I saw a lot of tools. There's some stickers in there. I don't even want to tell you what sticker it is. It's the sticker I got when I went to the doctor and got my shot. I kept it. I don't know why I kept it, but I kept it. There's a sticker in there still. What else we got? I think I covered everything that was in there for the most part. We had some screen cleaner for the electronics, like the computers and stuff. There's a screen cleaner, and then we also had the white thing for it. So there's quite a few things in there. Do you guys have a junk drawer or anything like that? A bag or anything that you just put in there? This is a great point, Kimmy. Great job. Thank you for this is great. The less you own, the easier it is to keep your house clean. So true. So true. And that goes back. That's why I don't like a lot of stuff. I know I have a lot of stuff, junk stuff. But a lot of my stuff is tech stuff, cables and cords. So those things are usually in a bag. So it's not taking up too much space. But where I go wrong is I have too many of the same items. I don't need all that. And I need to even though there's slight variations on stuff, I need to learn how to limit myself. I got to put some limits on it, or else you're just building too much stuff up. So that's a great point. The less you have, the easier it is to clean. I know it looks bad, like all the stuff I'm talking about looks bad, but for the most part, I'm pretty, I feel I'm pretty simple. I don't like to have a lot of stuff. I think my downfall is I keep a lot of stuff. But when you think about it, like if I look around, I don't see that much stuff. There's books and there's video game stuff. There's guitars. Like maybe I could, I'm not going to, but I'm looking at 3 guitars right here. We got an electric guitar over here. Back there, you guys can't see it. I got an electric guitar over there. I got a semi-electric guitar over there. And I got acoustic down here. This guy. I got 3 guitars in the room. And then I have another one near my bed. There's 4. I have a lot of guitars. Yeah, I got a lot of guitars. I got one hanging in the closet. That's 5. And then Bryce has a couple in his room. There's a lot of guitars in here. But to be honest, they're all different. Obviously, acoustic and electric guitar are way different in sound. Even that semi-acoustic guitar is different, semi-hollow. So they're all different. I need them. That's what I do. Do I need them? Yes. I think I need them. Now, dang. What am I doing? I was also looking at guitars yesterday. And that I don't need. That I don't need. But I now that I'm thinking about it, I was looking at an electric guitar yesterday. It was a pretty one too. But I don't need it. I have plenty of guitars. I don't need any more guitars. If I get any guitars from this point right now, it would be 80% of a want, not a need. I have plenty. And these aren't even all of them. That would be more of a want. So that's why I got off that site quickly. Let me see. What else do we have in here? The drunk drawer. Maybe you're referring to the drunk drawer. Sparkles 536. I would have, but I don't know how to take the drawer out. I could figure it out, but I don't want to keep you guys over here too long. Don't want to buy any more lights. All right, cool. Someone go collect his bank card from him. I'm okay. I won't get any lights. I have plenty of lights. Even this whole setup is with this right here. I wasn't even going to use this light. I was just going to use that main light because I was trying to keep everything on one stand and keep it very simple. However, this light, I don't even remember how he got in the mix. But he got in the mix. It's I remember now. It was more so if I were to do, let me see if this will work. It was more so if I were to do things like, where is it changing? It's not changing. Well, that's changing. Here, this will change. There we go. It was more so for this. See how it's blue now? Now that I'm doing this, I'm looking at my setup, and even that is it might be too much. Like, let's break this down. Like, I don't know if I need. Look, I have this setup. This is 1. This is another setup. This is 2. These are all preset. This is 3. This is 4. Where's the 4th one? You can't really tell the difference, but you can at night, I guess. This is back to like the lightings are changing. These are all lights. This is minimal, so it's just black and white. Well, not black and white, but no colors back there. Back to more colors. Look at all these presets that I have in here. And some of them are, well, each preset, there's not that many. There's 9. But it was really 4. 1 for the day and 1 at night because the lighting changes. But do I need all that? I went back to this. This is what I've been using lately because I'm trying to keep it simple. So it's not a lot of colors back there, but I could do this. I could go with that. I just go back to this. But I don't know. That seems like you're doing too much, Terrell. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I don't know. You have to have some limitations, right? I think I didn't cut anything down. And when you go to the setup, when you bring up the app, it shows that I have 7 devices, which means I got 7 lights. I have 7 lights in the setup. Yeah, there's 7 lights going on right now, but some of them aren't connected. They're connected. They're not being used. So I don't know. Do I need all that? Does it make the channel better? I think some of this helps. Like this is good, but when it's nighttime, this is kind of cool. I think the colors are good at night. When you're making music, it creates a vibe. So some of that, maybe I just have let's try, for instance, over this weekend, I'm going to try to cut this 9 down to just 3. 3 settings. That's it. You don't need 9. You need 3. Probably be this one for sure. It'll probably be this one. And maybe this one. I don't know. It's not much of a difference. I don't know. Maybe I only need 2. That's what we're working on. We're going to cut it back. Do you play the guitars? How are you, Carol? I do. I use the guitars and I do play them. I used the red one on that last song that I was working on. I wrote a song on the acoustic last week, so I was playing the acoustic this morning. I use the guitars. I play them. And Bryce uses them as well. So it's not a waste. They're not just there to be there. But I do use them. Who else? Joanna, how are you, Joanna? Yes, it is. It's to me, it's key. It's key. And you build habits, positive habits. I think that's very important to keep doing something, build positive habits, and it gets easier as you do it. So thanks for the comment. Teresa, I almost bought another semi hollow yesterday. It was beautiful, but I resisted. Yeah. I get it though. Look, we want things. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's bad to want something and to get what you want. That's not a bad thing. I think where it gets to be a problem is when you start buying stuff that you want that you don't need. And not saying that you want it and you don't need it, so you shouldn't get it. But I'm saying when you want something and you get it, and then 2 weeks later, it's just sitting there and it becomes clutter. It becomes junk. That is different. If you want it and you're going to use it, that doesn't mean you want it and you need it. If you want it and you're going to use it, that's different to me. You're getting use out of it. But if you want it and you use it for like a week or something, and then it just sits there collecting dust, that's what we got to try to avoid. And I'm thinking, what do I have in that category? I don't think I have much in that category. My issue is parting with things. I said that last time. It's hard for me to let go of stuff. I'm pretty good with the buying. I have to justify my purchases, and I think I do. My issue is with the parting. I'm not good with letting it go, which is also it's pretty much you end up in the same boat. You have too much stuff. So different things, same results, same issues. I bet you that was a nice guitar though, Derisa. What else do we got? Window shopping. Sophie says we call that window shopping, looking and not buying. Yeah. If you could resist the purchase, if you don't really need it, or if you want it, but you guys know what you really need and what you don't. It's more so collecting junk. I think that's where you have to stay away from, because that's where you get into issues. And I thought I was bad for wanting a ring light for Christmas to film my videos. Well, if you need the light, do you have a light? If you don't have a light, you might need a light. Now, if you already have a light, you don't need the light, but there may be a light. Maybe there's a light that will do the job better. And then that becomes a want, and I don't know. You have to decide if that's a need. But the issue would be, if you get this new ring light, then what do you do with the old light? If you have an old light, do you keep it? Maybe you do. Maybe you need two lights. I don't know. But you don't want to just keep building up the junk. What else? Who else? We have it doesn't look like you're a hoarder. I don't know. I don't think I'm a hoarder. I think everything I have is for good reason. But I bet you that's what all the hoarders say, right? I can get rid of things. I'm going to watch. These next few days, I'm cutting things like majorly. We're talking 40% cut. It makes it so much easier. Makes life, it's less stuff to worry about. It helps in every way. It really does. It's less to worry about, less decisions on what to wear. If it's clothes, you don't have that many options. Options could be an issue. What do they call it? Option paralysis or something like that? Is that what it's called? That can be an issue. And this goes back into music with all the plugins and with all the presets and everything. When you have too many options are good if you can stay in control of them, if you can have some borderlines and some guidelines, but too many options gets in the way with the creativity or with whatever it is you're trying to do. For instance, if you're going out on a Friday night and you have, 30 options of things to wear versus the person that has 5, the person with 5 is probably going to get out that door a lot sooner. Usually, I would think so. Options can be good though, but too many takes away from other things. It's cluttering your mind. Let's see. I'm trying to find some more questions or comments. Brown Girl 1313. How are you? I'm enjoying the lives. I'm Happy you're enjoying the lives. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for helping the channel grow. I appreciate it. I do. Can you play us a song on the guitar? Maybe next time. Probably not right now. I'm not set up for all that. I'd have to pull out mics and things. But maybe I will do that eventually. We're gonna have some fun on this channel, so we'll set it up. How is Brianna? Kara 140. Kara? I'm going with Kara. Bree's good. She's been working hard and she's been very busy, but she's doing well. Thanks for asking. Thank you, Nicole. I will have to head back to my I'm butting into the conversation. I'm assuming she's talking to Nicole. How you doing, Nicole, by the way? I'm reading some of you guys' comments. This is funny. Cheryl, your hair looks extra fab today. And also your glowy complexion. Have you been spending money in those apartments? Haha. No, I have not. I need a haircut though, but I'm getting one. I think I'm getting one Monday-ish with the boys. I think I'm excited. I think I'm gonna tell you where the glow's coming from. The glow's coming from that package. I'm excited for that. That and the fact that after they get out of school, there's no school for a week, so that's gonna be fun. And I don't have to wake up early in the morning. I can stay up late. I mean, I gotta get my sleep, but I could stay up late, not worried about. I got 3-4 hours to sleep before I have to get up for school and all that. So I can be up late with this package and really mess around with it. So I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I think. We'll see. I'm trying it. We can always take it back. I love this. This is great. Thanks, Breaking Beat. How are you? The older I get, the less I need. So true. You start to realize, I think, the older you get, what's really matters and what's important. And you start to want to not hang on to everything because it just becomes heavy. It becomes heavy, and you value the things that are important, and you really don't need much. There's always a way to make things better. There's always going to be new this, new that. It's not always better. And then you got to weigh in the fact that how much better is it than what I already have? How much is it going to change? Do I just want it because it's the new thing? Do I need it? It's back to the want and the need. Got to work on that. If we could conquer that, then you're about 75% there, I would think. And I believe that the older you get, you don't care about having the new thing anymore. It just doesn't matter. You start to realize, I just need something that works, something that's dependable, something that works. I want to stay in my routine so I have other time for other things. I think that's how that goes. Thanks for the comment. I think I was Breaking Beat, right? Thank you, Breaking Beat. Who else is in here? Nicole, you also need a good state of mind. Yes, you do. Well, you're saying me, but I think we all do. Yeah, your mentality's got to be right. You can't have clutter all the time. Too much clutter is just, you can't. I can't. I'll say I can't function in a mess. I can't see a mess. I can't function in a mess, which is interesting because a lot of times it looks like I live in a mess. But I'll put the mess in a box and put it in the corner and not deal with it because I can't feel aligned. I can't create. I can't function in that. So that's why days like later this evening, I want to pull out the stuff out of drawers, out of boxes, and really, really like cut it down. I'm just thinking about if I'll really be able to do it, and I think I can. I can get rid of some stuff. I can. But some stuff you get to keep. Some stuff you get to keep because some things have different purposes and meanings. I do have a lot of camera bags. I have oh my god. Okay. I'm laughing at myself because I gave one of my camera bags to Adrian. But it was good. It was a good move. It was a good move. So let me tell you just about this bag. So I bought a bag. It's a great bag. I love the bag. But I could not fit, it's a camera bag, and I could not fit my laptop in it because my laptop is a 15 or 16-inch laptop? It fits in the bag, but they kind of made it too small. So it fits in it, but it kind of like the corners kind of barely fit. Then the company came out with a new version of the bag where it will fit the computer. So I got the bag. I got the new bag because it fits my computer now. Okay? So I ended up with two bags, two different sizes. But I kept them. One's blue, one's green. And the green one I use all the time. I didn't want to throw out the blue one because I don't I don't always bring my computer everywhere I go. So why bring a big bag if you don't need the big bag because if the computer's not coming? You can put the iPad in the small one and just work that. So I kept the blue one. Adrian wanted a bag. Well, I'm really telling myself. Adrian had my older bag. He had another bag that I gave him when I probably bought the blue one. It's a camera bag. He was getting into cameras, which I gave him one of my older cameras, but it's okay. Anyways, back to the bags. So he got rid of the black bag and I gave him the blue bag. So he uses the blue bag. I have the green bag and I do have one more camera bag. I actually have two. Taj gave me one, but it's too big. I use that more of a storage now. That's a storage spot. It's like a storage box. I put whatever I can in that bag. If it doesn't fit in the bag, it goes into a box in the garage. That's it. But I did buy a bag. Now, the reason I purchased this one bag, it's a Shimoda Explorer, I think. Now, the blue bag is, I want to say like what is that? I think it's like a 15, something like that, liter bag. The green one's like a 20-liter bag, like how big it is. So 20, 21-ish. So I was going to get a 25-liter with this new bag that I got, but I felt it was too close to the 21. So I got a bigger one. I think it's a 30, which is big. But I was able to fit my camera. This is the one I brought to Europe just recently. And I was able to fit all of my camera gear in there. So it's not a waste. They all do different things. I got one for a small, got one for medium, and I got a large. I don't think that's too bad. Too bad. Not too bad. I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's hoarding bags. Because they're all different. Am I okay with that? You guys agree with that? Is that okay? Because I love the most recent bag that I got. But it is big. It carries a lot. It carries a lot of my camera gear, which I probably didn't need to take half of it, but it still carries it, which is nice. I think I'm okay with that. I think it's okay to keep the three. And one of them Adrian's using. I just need to make sure that we got rid of the black one, which I don't know. I think it's in the garage, but I'll get rid of it. Those kind of things I'll get rid of. I promise. I'll get rid of it. But I think we're okay with that, right? Are we okay with keeping those three bags? I think so. Um, which guitar is your favorite to play? It depends because they all do different things. They all play differently. It depends on the song. If it's an acoustic song, obviously I play the acoustic guitar. Depends on what kind of music I'm doing. I enjoy playing that red guitar as well, but I love Strats. I'm sorry, it's probably not the question or the answer you want for this question, but it depends on the music you're playing. So, sorry, but that's the truth. What else do we have? Sparkles is back. It's actually proven that it causes stress to have lots of clutter around, as your brain, yes, is always having to process all that visually. I agree 100%. Draining. I agree. Whether you know it or not, I think clutter is just, it has an effect on you. I agree 100% with that. Thanks, Sparkles. How often do you declutter? It feels like I'm trying to declutter every week, but I don't know how far I get it. But a deep, I'll say like a, not like a super deep clean or a super deep declutter, but I feel like I'm constantly trying to get rid of stuff. I'm just buying things. I think I'm buying a lot of stuff, but not really, not anymore. Like this mic stand or this mic arm, this thing. I think this was this guy. That, now did I need it? I have like 3 other mic stands, but I don't have a mic stand like this. I didn't have a mic stand like this. It's an arm. It's out of the way. It's on the table, so if I move the table, it moves with it. I didn't have a mic like this. So, and I think it does. It really helps the channel. It helps when I can move it around. I don't have to worry about bumping it into this mic over here. Like just too much stuff was over here. If I had that, and then I think I had another tabletop mic stand that was in the way because that cluttered up the table. I don't like clutter. I have a few things on my table right now and I feel like it's cluttered. I have this battery that normally wouldn't be here, but I explained that. The keyboard's dying. The phone's on here just in case. And the iPad. But we're pretty much good with the iPad. We don't really need the iPad anymore. But I don't like clutter. I've never really been one that would just have stuff everywhere. Too much stuff. I can't operate like that. I can't work in a mess. I can't work in a mess. I can't think in a mess. I can't function in a mess. It really irritates me. Which is why I often want my own space or my own room or my own area, because that is something that I can control. And when I try to control it, I try to keep it clean, tidy, and empty. Not fully empty, but I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't like clutter. And I'm pretty good. Is there a difference? I'm just thinking I have a lot of stuff, but it's not displayed. Does that qualify as clutter? They're in boxes. So if you were in my garage, you'd see all these boxes. You would call it clutter. I don't know. It's very strange how I am, because I don't like to throw anything away, but I don't like to display a lot, which is interesting. Like I don't have plaques on the wall. Like I only have on all this whole thing, I only have two. I only have two things hanging on the wall, and it's right there. That's it. That's it. I don't have any pictures. I don't have anything. I have two things hanging on the walls. But I could put stuff up. I could put pictures. I could put plaques. I could do all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. Maybe it'll look nicer, fuller. I don't know. But I'm not going to throw those things away. So what do you do with them? I probably would have I don't know. Maybe I lost you guys on that one, but let me see. What else do we got? Here's another. Oh, I just answered this question, didn't I? I think so. I thought so. I did. But I don't know if it was the same person that asked. But yeah, I play them all. I believe I said something that Hoarder said. Probably that there's a reason for it all. I don't know. I might be far back. Let me see if I can try to catch up. Let me see the questions. Posture. My posture hasn't been great. But Muriel, oh no, my phone has 1% battery. I don't know if you even see this, but hopefully you have a charger. I shouldn't laugh, but I know what that feels like. I'm just looking for a couple more questions, and then we will wrap it up. I'm excited, you guys, to get to that. This might be like a late night testing live. There might be a late night testing live. Just throwing it out there. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Boxes of stuff is clutter. Yeah. It's organized clutter, though. You could be organized. You could have organized clutter. It's not junk, though. It's not junk. So I don't know if I can say it's clutter. I think it can clutter depending on where you're putting these boxes at, but it's not junk. It's good stuff. It's not holding on to stuff that I don't need. And it's organized. It's organized clutter. I think that's okay. Other areas, I will agree with you. You have to part ways with stuff. You definitely have to part ways. I have a lot I can part ways with, and I will. So, good point though. It can be junk if what's inside of that. I guess, is junk clutter? Well, junk can be clutter. Yeah. Yeah, junk just turns in and makes it clutter. So I believe junk is clutter, but if the box is not junk, then I don't think it's clutter. Hidden clutter? You're talking about if it's in a box, is it hidden clutter? I don't think so. It could. Now, the junk drawer, if I threw all of that in the box, that would be. But it's still being used. You know what? It shouldn't be called the junk drawer because it's not really junk in there. It should be really called the unorganized drawer or the all-in-one drawer or just the big drawer. But it's not really junk in there. Like, I wouldn't say open the drawer and start throwing things away because I would keep it. I mean, I need a screwdriver. I need a hammer. I need batteries. It's not a clutter, it just looks messy. It looks messy. It's not organized in there. But it's okay to look like that because it's the junk drawer. Just throw it in there because it's almost like you open up the chest. You reach in there. You don't know what you're going to get. You get a prize. You might get a light bulb. You might get a sticker. You might get like some batteries. That's kind of what that drawer is like. It has a little bit of everything, but it's not junk. It's just called junk. But it is unorganized. I will say that. And if you look at it, you will be like, that's junk. But it's not. It's not. It's not junk. It's just called junk. It looks like junk. It's just called the junk drawer. But it's not junk in the junk drawer. It's actually very useful stuff. You'd actually probably need something, and I would tell you, oh, that's in the junk drawer. And you would open the junk drawer and you'd be like, this is junk, but I got what I need in the junk drawer. You would like the junk drawer. You should try the junk drawer. Junk drawers are good. They're okay. They're okay. But it's got to stay in one drawer. You can't have multiple junk drawers. It's just got to be one. Got to be one drawer, and it's always the top level to the side, upper left. Usually for me, upper left drawer is my junk drawer. That's usually how I do it. Give it a shot. You might like it. Any more questions? Any more questions or comments? Joanna, thank you, Joanna. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Give me some feedback. I always love the feedback. Feedback is great. I do read the comments. I try to reply when I can. It helps me. It really does. It helps me. I get to see what you guys enjoy, what you don't enjoy, what I can improve on. Helps me. I welcome feedback. Just be kind. Do it nicely. What else we got? What are your plans with the declutter stuff? Sell, donate, throw it away. All right. Great question, Muriel. What are my plans with the declutter stuff? Okay, so depending on what it is, I usually have a few phases. I like to tackle a corner. I'll start small, or an area, or a category. So if it's an area, like I'll do the closet, a category would be clothes, depending on what it is. Like I could do the closet or I could do the drawer. So I'd pick something and I would attack that. Now, some stuff is easy to say I don't need this, and you throw it into either a box. Throw away is not the right word. I always donate. If it's clothes, if it's technology, I always try to donate that. I'll bring it to Goodwill or to, I don't throw it away. Other things that I'm kind of like, I don't want to throw it out yet, I will still put it in a box, in a separate box, and I will put that probably in the garage. In the garage. It won't go in the closet. It will go in the garage. And I will try to forget about it. And then if I haven't used it, if I haven't been like, where is that? Then it goes in the trash. I will say this, an example. And this is kind of like you're making excuses to hold on to things. There's been times where I I have a lot of t-shirts, like exercise gym shirts, basketball shorts, whatever, sweatshirts, sweatpants, whatever. I was trying to get rid of some stuff, and there was a couple of stuff that was hard for me to let go of. And instead of throwing all of them away, I did keep one. And I put it in like a small bag, and I put it in my car. And the reason why it's in my car is in case I don't have clothes or I need to, go to the gym, or if I want to play basketball or whatever it may be, I have that. It's kind of like an emergency outfit for the gym, but it's more like, if I'm honest with myself, it was more, I'm not ready to get rid of it, and I found a place for it. But it's still not in the closet, which is still a step forward. But yeah, I mostly donate, and then I mostly donate or hand down to my kids so they can hold it for me and I can disguise it. But no, I usually donate, and I'm trying not to pass along junk, because that's usually what I do, pass along junk. So I'm guilty. What do we have? What else do we have? I don't know if this is for me, but I'm assuming that's tempted to buy it on sale. Oh, maybe you're talking to someone else. I don't know. I missed that one though. Am I missing stuff? Sophie, no. I don't have. I think it's in the UK. To be honest, I think it's still there. It hasn't been shipped to the PO box. But no, I don't have it. Carol. Oh, okay. I put little containers inside my drawer, so it's an organized junk drawer. I have no. There's like two. There's like a two, like, I don't even know what you would call them. It's not a container, but it's a I don't know what you call it. But there's two things where you put your pencils and your cards on the right side of the drawer, but everything else is junk. But yeah, that could help. But I have to be honest with you, Kimmy. I like what you're doing, so I'm not knocking it down. But the junk drawer is supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be messy. It's not supposed to be organized, because if it's organized, then it's not a junk drawer anymore. The junk drawer is just supposed to be chaotic. It's supposed to be 50-50 chance it's there. If you're looking for something, check the junk drawer. You may find it. You may not. It may be in there. It may not. You need scissors? It may be in there. It may not. You need a tape measure? It might be inside the junk drawer. You don't know. You don't know what's in there. It's like a mystery box. It's a mystery box, a mystery drawer for things that you need. It's really what it is. It's a mystery box. You have an idea. It should be there. I think it's in there. Sometimes it's like, I don't want to put it all the way back in the toolbox downstairs. I'm going to throw it in the junk drawer. Sometimes. Glue, tape, highlighters, paper clips, rubber bands. Yeah, there's stationary areas where those things go. But sometimes when you're in the stationary area and you need a rubber band and there are no rubber bands, guess where you go? Guess where you go and you look for the rubber band. We're out of rubber bands. We need a rubber band. Guess where you're looking? You're going to that junk drawer. And you know what? I got one. That's the junk drawer. That's how that works. That's how the junk drawer works. It's really great. You got to try it. It's really great. I wonder if my brothers have a junk drawer. I think that goes way back to our childhood, because I believe we had one in the house that we were growing up. Just had a lot of stuff in it. but I think that's where I get it from. It's just a bunch of stuff that's unorganized, but when you need it, it's like, where do you get a battery for a watch? In the junk drawer. It just has stuff like that. It's really cool. All right. What else we have? Yes. Water. I don't know if you're speaking to me, but water is been slacking. It's really been slacking, so I have to get on that as well. I don't know if that's for me, but it applies to me too. So I will work on that as well. What's up, Riddle? Excuses and holding on to things. Nothing new here. But let me I don't know if they're excuses. There's reasons. Like, I'm not throwing away certain things. I'm not. I have the computer that I wrote anything with. It works. It doesn't work. I don't know. But I'm keeping that. I want that. I'm keeping it. Now, somebody could probably go in the garage and open up a container or a box. I don't even know where it's at. But look at it and say, why do you even have this? This is old. It's junk. It's not junk to me. It's not junk. I'd rather have that. It's not junk. I like it. I have a lot of iPods. I have all the iPhones that I've purchased. I still have them. They're all shattered. They're all cracked. But I still have the very, very first iPhone that I've ever purchased. I've kept all of my iPhones. That could be, when you talk about it and you look back, that could be a little bit too much. I'll give you that. But it's kind of cool to have all of your the iPhones. It's kind of cool to see the growth. You'll be surprised. The very first one, you'll be very surprised what it looks like compared to the new ones. It's really cool. I have an iPod. What is it? iPod? Yeah, the Apple iPod wasn't even in color. 20 gigabytes. 20 or 40 gigabytes. I got it for Christmas one year. That was a huge deal. It was FireWire. Wasn't even in color. FireWire. And only held, I think the max was 40 gigabytes. That's really cool to have. I don't use it, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I can part away. I'm not ready to part with that stuff yet. That's not taking up too much space. And that's in a box. I don't even see it. That's in a box. Doesn't count. I'm talking about in my space. Not my space, but you know what I'm saying. In my area. The clutter, the too much stuff, the too many cables. Like having 3 USB-C cables that are 6 feet long. Then you got 2 that are 3 feet. Then you got one that's 10 foot. Then you need one that's 15 foot. Why do you need 7 USB-C cables? They're all different sizes. What do you do? And then you have backups for all the sizes. That's a lot of cables. That's what I'm talking about. How do you bring that down? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. So I got that. Decluttering. Cutting down on the closet. I'm so excited for this, you guys. I really am. I already know what I'm going to do. That closet's going to get cut in half. Watch. Maybe not in half, 40%. I'm really excited for that. So I'm cutting down on the clothes, shoes. I don't have that much stuff. So some of the stuff I have to keep. But I know where I can cut down, and I'm going to. And then as far as this stuff goes, I've cut down a lot on my camera stuff. I've already done that. I've already put things, and that's when I came up with the thing with Taj's bag that he gave me. It's a big bag. It's too big. But I can put everything, I can fill it up as much as I can with the camera backup stuff, whatever. But anything that doesn't fit in there, it's got to go. And last time I did it, I put it in a box and it went to the garage. But that stuff is that's how I go about that. So I'm going to attack those areas. There's all kinds of clutter. I spoke about it yesterday. There's clutter in my computer. I have clutter in my computer. There's my plugins, my programs that I use. I have a lot of plugins. Too many. And I started to cut back on that. Cuz that was a bad thing. That was clutter in a way, but it was just too much keeping up with things. A lot of them do the same thing, and you just get on this cycle of buying stuff you don't really need or use. So I'm going to tackle that as well. I'm going to revisit that. But I cut that back a lot. I cut that back a lot as well. And the thing is it's just the less you have sometimes, the less you have, the better. All right, I'm going to do a couple more questions or comments, and then I will let you guys get on with it. See? Yes, keep the anything computer, of course. Of course, not just, I mean, there's other songs in there as well. But it's also a memory thing. Teresa, I know you said that last time, but yeah. And I like it. It's good memories. It's a lot of good memories. But there's anything's in there and a few other songs. I don't even know what's in there. But I know that era, that time period, a lot that was my music computer. So anything I was working on back then, not anything the song, but anything, like any music I was working on back then. Michelle, I have a junk drawer when I need to find something I need, and it's right in front of me. Get that water in. His baby says, keep up the amazing work. You got this. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you. Junk drawers help. You should try it. If you don't have one, you should try it. It's not so bad. It's an easy way to keep things clean. I don't know what this is. Legend. I did that last time. Legend. I don't know what bars I'm spitting. I'm curious. Question. What feelings you get when you do get rid of stuff? Do you feel the need to go and get it again? Tanika. That's how you say it, right? Okay. So, if I'm being honest, the last time I got rid of a lot of clothes, and this is funny, you guys. I got rid of some clothes. This sounds bad. But I got rid of some clothes from way back, like in 2014. Some jeans and some things, and I don't know. Half of them, I don't even know if I fit into them. I wasn't fitting into them. Who are we kidding? Not that I would wear them, but I wasn't even looking at them. They weren't even an option to wear because, number one, I wasn't fitting into them. Number two, I just It's not something I would wear. I reach for the simple stuff. And I had purchased new jeans. So that was one time where I was trying to tell myself, you don't need 6 pairs of jeans. You have 2. Get rid of the other ones. Now, this was hard for me to get rid of. And I have to be honest. I believe I got rid of them. I believe I got rid of them. I know I got rid of a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure I got rid of them. I remember dropping some stuff off to a donation center. Were those jeans in there? I believe so. I got rid of a lot of good stuff. And when I say good, it just meaning stuff that I was somewhat attached to, like stuff that was hard for me. So it was good that I progress. Because it's not easy for me to let go, like I said, but I did well. I did good. So I got rid of some good stuff. And now I'm sitting here, did I get rid of it? I don't know. But I feel good when I get rid of it because it's gone. And it feels good to not have a lot. I'm telling you, it just does. But for some reason, it's hard for me to really let go of stuff. But yeah, I feel good. You feel well, number one, you feel like you completed something. You feel proud that you accomplished something. You check something off your to-do list because you got it done. But there's a mental victory as well, like there's less stuff to deal with, less things to look at in the closet, less things to manage. That's another thing, managing all this stuff, like managing all my plugins. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It goes back to the person that wrote, the less you have, the easier it is to keep your house clean. I agree 100%. So I want to get rid of a lot of my stuff. Watch what I do. I'm going to get rid of a lot. Just get one long cable. Yeah, but the problem is when you have a long cable, it's just you have too much that you don't need. You have too much you don't need. And sometimes you just need 3 foot. Like the distance from my computer screen or this computer monitor to the cameras is only like a foot. No, it's not a foot. It's like 2 feet, 2.5 feet. So it would be pointless to have a cable that's 10 feet because then I'd have extra cable. And yeah, you could tie it up and everything, but that's just extra work. I'd rather get a 3-foot cable and call it a day. And I have a 10-foot cable still and a 15. I'm trying. I think I'm getting better. But I get that. I just can't, I'm trying, but I like things organized and neat, even though it doesn't always look that way. I'm looking at a cable down there and it's wrapped and tied and stuff and it's just clutter. It's just extra, but it's a power cable that goes to a power wall or power brick. So there's not much you can do on that. I don't know where this is coming from, but I remember that. I like that. I don't know why you bring that up. Maybe you're bringing it up because I was bringing up the phones, but I remember that. I was talking to somebody about that recently with the little chirping thing. Good days. I remember that. I had that. All right. I think I'm kind of far back, but maybe we're somewhat caught up. All right. I don't see many more questions. And I think we're good for now. I think we're good. I think we touched on a lot. I'm seeing you guys are laughing and stuff, so I'm seeing that You guys were laughing at me for something. I don't know what it was, but I think we're good. I think this is good. We can I think we can stop here. Oh, here's a question. What are your favorite? I don't know if it's diners or dinners. I'm trying to eat healthy. So right now I want salads, chopped salad. I'm trying to stay with that. Soup and salads. Trying to. Don't always do. But something healthy is what I'm trying to do right now. Doesn't mean I always do it, but that's where I'm trying to stick to. All right. We are going to wrap up. Let's see. Oh, I got one more. What is your favorite healthy food? Fruit. I'm going to go with fruit. I would say fruit. Yeah, I'm going with fruit. All right, you guys. One more question. I don't watch anything on Netflix right now. So I'm sure there's a lot of shows. I can't catch up on any of that. I can't catch up on too many seasons. Like if I see a show and it's on season 4, there's no chance I'm catching up. So I don't even start it. But I know there's a lot of good shows out there. I know a lot of people are watching some good things. So, all right, guys, I am going to send you guys out with some jazz. I think you guys can hear some jazz. Hope so. All right. Well, that's it for today. I think we covered everything. Kind of went a little bit all over the place. Not really. But we started off with small things and huge results. And I think this was good. Was needed. But I'm really excited because the second that I get off here, I'm going straight downstairs. I'm going to unbox it. I'll probably have to go get Adrian. I'm going to set it up. And I may test it later today. If you're around. Not a promise. Just it's a possibility. I may test it a little bit today. But yeah, I'm going to work on that. See how it goes with the flow of all this. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declutter. That is my goal for this week, this weekend, and continuing. But that's going to be my main focus. I'm going to really cut back, and I got to be hard on myself. Gotta be strict. Don't procrastinate. Don't bend the rules. Gotta make some decisions here. Because that's the thing. If you're trying to declutter and you're bending the rules and you're passing it along, you're just moving. You're moving the clutter. You're moving the clutter. I'm good at moving the clutter. But we got to get rid of the clutter. So I will move and get rid of the clutter. That's what I'm going to do differently. I'm going to move and get rid of the clutter. A lot. Not all. Baby steps. Small things, big results. Small things, big results. Start small. I'm going to start with my closet. I'm going to start with my studio stuff. I'm going to start there. And we'll see big changes because it'll be contagious. I'll keep wanting to do it more. I may kind of clean up the junk drawer, but I like it that it's junk. May touch it a little bit, but nothing. Well, maybe I could throw some things out in there. Might have like duplicates, broken pieces and things. But declutter. Challenge yourself. If you're in a similar situation, I know all you guys got something you're holding on to that you don't need. Find that area in your home, whether it's your closet, whether it's your, I don't know. You know, I don't, but you do. and declutter. Throw, I don't want to say throw it out, but donate, get rid of. If it's broken, you can get rid of it, but try to part with 3 things. 3 things. Start there. And we'll see where this goes. All right, guys, that's it for me. You guys take care. I will catch you all soon. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you all to all of those that have purchased on my website, that have booked Tarot Talks, that have contributed to this, that have shared, that have done it all. I love you guys. I thank you for it. I really enjoy being here and spending some time with you guys. I know you're laughing at me. That's okay. I laugh at myself. It's all good. It's all fun. You guys have a great night, great rest of the day. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care.